What is the sum of the first 7 terms of the series? -8 plus 16 minus 32 plus 64 minus ... How do I find the sum of the first 7 terms of the series? Chloe is here with her latest cheat sheet notes. She wants you to know that a geometric series is the sum of consecutive terms of a geometric sequence. The formula to help with a geometric series is S sub n equals a sub 1 times the quantity of 1 minus r raised to the nth power all over 1 minus r. S sub n is the partial sum, n is the total number of terms, a sub 1 is the first term, and r is a common ratio. Down here at the bottom, Chloe also wants you to know that when you have a geometric sequence, you multiply between consecutive terms when you're going left to right, or you divide between consecutive terms when you're going right to left. And the common ratio formula is r equals a sub n over a sub n minus 1. Now that we have Chloe's cheat sheet notes, let's go ahead and find the sum of the first 7 terms of this series. So the first thing I notice is I have some positives and some negatives. I actually like to rewrite it as -8 plus 16 plus -32 plus 64 plus ... It makes it a little bit easier for me to realize that that negative does go with the 32 and that negative does go with the 8 if I have everything separated by positives. After that, I'm going to go ahead and just put it in the chart. My a sub 1 is -8, a sub 2 is 16, a sub 3 is -32, and a sub 4 is 64. Now, if I have to find the first 7 terms of this series, I already have the first 4. I could find the common ratio and find a sub 5, a sub 6, and a sub 7, and then just add them all up. Now, if it was something else other than the first 7 terms, if this was a really large number, you wouldn't want to do it that way. You would want to use the geometric series formula for partial sums. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use that. If you look at the problem, or the equation, you will see that we need n, a sub 1, and we need r. So I went ahead and wrote all 3 down here. Now, n is the total number of terms we are trying to add in our series. We're trying to add 7, so my n is going to be equal to 7. A sub 1 is the first term in the series. Our first term is -8. And then r is the common ratio. To find the common ratio, we have to use the formula a sub n divided by a sub n minus 1. So when I'm doing common ratio, I always like to start at the end. So I'm going to make my n 4, so that would be a sub 4 over a sub 4 minus 1, which reduces to a sub 4 over a sub 3. The common ratio, all it's telling you is take one term divided by its previous term. So if I take a sub 4, which is 64, and divide it by a sub 3, which is -32, I end up getting -2. Then I would want to go ahead and check between all consecutive pairs. A sub 3 divided by a sub 2, -32 divided by 16 is -2. Between a sub 2 and a sub 1, that'd be 16 divided by -8, that is also -2. So because I have the same common ratio between all pairs of consecutive terms, I know my r is going to be equal to -2. From here, I'm going to go ahead and use this geometric series partial sum formula. And it tells us we have S sub n equals a sub 1 times the quantity of 1 minus r raised to the n power in the numerator and 1 minus r in the denominator. I'm just going to go ahead and plug in the terms that I have found. So my a sub 1 is equal to -8, so I plug in -8 here. My numerator, I have 1 minus r, which we know is -2, raised to the n power, raised to the 7th. And in the denominator, we have 1 minus r, or 1 minus -2. From here, I'm going to go ahead and just simplify a little bit more. We have -2 to the 7th power. That is actually equal to -128. So I have 1 minus -128 in my numerator inside the quantity. And in the denominator, 1 minus -2 turned into 1 plus 2. From here, I can go ahead and take that 1 minus -128 and turn that into 1 plus 128. So that ends up equaling -8 times 129 divided by 3. -8 times 129 is -1032. That divided by 3 is -344. So if we were to add up the first 7 terms of this series, we could have got -344. Again, you could have used this common ratio of -2, take 64 times -2, get a sub 5, multiply it by -2, get a sub 6, and so on, and then add up all 7 terms.